battles of Bakhmut are raging. What is their importance to Russia and Ukraine? For months, Russia has launched intense strikes on the city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine, which has increased in intensity over the past days into confrontations, as Ukraine places forces, equipment, and fortifications to prevent Moscow's control of the city, which caused dozens of deaths on both sides, and Western media described it as a meat grinder. Bakhmut has now turned into the main battlefield in the war, as Kiev and Moscow send legions of soldiers, artillery, and tanks in a concentration of firepower unprecedented since the beginning of the war 10 months ago, as analysts considered it a moral decisive point in the battles in eastern Ukraine, and any breakthrough there, Russian forces will be allowed to advance further behind Ukrainian lines. In an attempt to raise morale, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited the city to show support for his forces participating in some of the fiercest battles in recent weeks, pointing out, "The Russians have sought continuously since May to conquer our city Bakhmut, but time passes and Bakhmut not only conquer the Russian army but the mercenaries. Russians too." Location and space. Bakhmut is located on both banks of the Bakhmutokva River, north of Donetsk, in the Donbas region, in eastern Ukraine. Its foundation dates back to 1571, and it is the oldest historical and cultural center in the province. The city is on a main road that leads to the cities of Kramatorsk-Kosoviansk, Ukraine's industrial Donbas region, parts of which were captured by pro-Moscow separatists in 2014. It is located near the international road M03, which links it directly to Slovyansk in Lugansk, and makes its way towards the Kharkiv region. Your land area in Bakhmut is 41 square kilometers. In April 2014, pro-Russian separatists seized Bakhmut and declared it part of the Donetsk People's Republic, only to be recaptured by Ukrainian forces in July of the same year. In the summer of 2022, the cities are in the midst of military operations by the armed forces of Ukraine. And there was an increase in its impact on the heels of Russia, after losing the city of Izium, south of the northern Kharkiv region, as it reached the northern Kharkiv region. On the other hand, Bakhmut is for the Ukrainians a bulwark to defend the rest of the cities of Donetsk, about directives towards the armed forces in the surrounding parts, including the city of Donetsk, the capital of the province. Trade relations in the main areas of Russia. Ukraine is an industrial cantor and its largest city, but is mainly dependent on rock salt, and contributes to 30 productions in Ukraine. The wine industry in the industrial industry has one of the largest. The company provides a wide range of agricultural commodities and products, with activities spread in grain and sunflower fields. In the current situation in the war, Arthur Ledekberg told Sky News Arabia that the military forces, with their new head of military operations Sergei Surovkin, were looking for a moral victory after the series of new Ukrainian gains, focusing on the attack on the small town. Ledekberg adds, the new commander places wide bets on Bakhmut in the return of victories as a great morale motivator for the soldiers, explaining that what happened in the steadfastness of the Ukrainians continued their control of 3 main roads in the leadership of the city, from where the flow of troops, equipment, fortifications, and foodstuffs to the front lines. And the political analyst believes that the forces are trying to control the city to open gaps to penetrate towards the cities of Kramatorsk-Kosoviansk, as the recent increase in the intensity of the confrontation to the elements of Wagner, which is seeking its position as the best fighting force and gaining the confidence of the Kremlin, according to Ledekberg.